A lot of the times when we speak to e-commerce founders, a big question that comes up is, should I be doing email marketing myself? Should I hire an email marketing team in-house? Or should I outsource it to an agency? And in this video, I'm going to break down each of those three options, the pros and cons, just lay everything out with an unbiased view so that you can make your own informed decision. So let's get right into it. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Hayes. I run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue with retention marketing. We do done for you email and SMS, but we also focus on the wider retention marketing view with increasing lifetime value, but also increasing returning customer rate. So just a quick refresh here on Klaviyo so you can trust what I'm going to share with you in today's video. Just one of our clients you can see here last month in June of 2025. You can see there's 31.84% of the total revenue generated just through Klaviyo alone. And as I mentioned, we do done for you email and SMS and retention marketing. If that's something you're looking for, something you're interested in, then there's a link just below this video in the description. You can go to our website, you can book a call with me, quick conversation just to see if we can actually help your business. If we can't, we'll let you know up front, and we'll also share some insight as to what we would do exactly in your position. So really nothing to lose on that call. If you're on the fence of booking it, just go ahead and book it and let's see if it's a fit. All right. So let's jump into the video. I have prepared this flow chart right here where we're actually going to break down the three different options, right? Doing it yourself, hiring in-house, and hiring an agency. Let's start with doing it yourself. Now, a lot of founders outsource this before they hit the seven-figure mark, and that is also okay. And it really comes down to where you're putting your time. If it was me, I would try and offload it as soon as possible, because ultimately as a founder, you have only so many hours in a day, and your time needs to be focused on making decisions and executing the things that you're the best at, right? You need to focus on product, you need to focus on logistics, other things in the business, right? Now, the advantage to actually doing it yourself is that you save money, right? But in theory, you save money. And actually, in reality, you probably end up losing money because you're not focusing your energy into the things that can actually move the needle of the business more than other people, right? You have a zone of expertise, and being bogged down by sending out email campaigns is probably not the best use of your time. And yes, you might be saving money on paying someone else to do it, but you are losing time, right? And that is like another cost. And I would say it's an even more important cost than the money side. The other thing is that you have no leverage. And this is because you're doing it yourself and that you are using your own time to do it, right? Whereas if you have someone else do it, and you have some automations in place, those are forms of leverage, right? And as a business owner, I'm sure you understand that growth comes through leverage, right? The more you can leverage other people, the more you can leverage systems, automations, the more you can leverage technology, then that's going to give you more output for the time and energy that you put in, okay? And ultimately, to scale the business, that is required. So this is really the do-it-yourself. I'm not a huge proponent of this, not so much because I'm biased and I run an agency. Like, I'm very transparent. Like, so for some brands, yes, you should do it yourself if you're really early on and you have more time than money, right? You could build your flows, you could send a campaign a week, cool. But if you're a scaling ecom brand, you're doing multiple seven figures a year, you're doing multiple 8 figures a year, it comes to a point where it is no longer a good use of your time. And also you need someone to come in with a different perspective and have that time and energy to focus on it to improve email marketing as well. You're going to have to send a lot more campaigns as you scale, and ultimately it just eats up more time, right? So this is what I'm trying to get at right here. By the way, if you're a new viewer here, my name is Jordan Hayes. I actually run a marketing agency where we help e-commerce brands scale their revenue profitably. Now, if you're running an e-commerce brand, you're doing over 100K per month in revenue, and you're facing challenges with scale, maybe your ads or your funnel is not working as well as it used to or should be, or even if it's just a lack of time and resource to put into scaling this part of the business, then that's exactly what we help with. So down below this video, there'll be a link to book a call with me. We'll have a conversation about your business, learn more about the challenges, your objectives, and see if there's a fit for us to work together. Worst case scenario, I can provide some insights as we're seeing with our other clients to help you at your current stage of your business. And as I mentioned, this is for brands who are doing at least 100K per month in revenue and they need help with scaling and obviously want to scale profitably. And in the way in which we help brands scale is we provide services across both customer acquisition and customer retention, done for you services which are completely hands-off. We take care of everything for you. And that includes media buying, CRO, landing pages, ad creative, email marketing, SMS marketing, overall growth strategy, lifetime value optimization, all that stuff, okay? So with that said, let's get back to the video. Now the second thing you can do is hire in-house. And this is also a very good option depending on the stage of your business. So for one, it gives you more control, right? You get more control over, I guess, things looking on brand, specific messaging, all that stuff. Not to say that an agency can't deliver that. They can, the right agency can. But nonetheless, you do get more control because they are your team members, right? Now, the next point is that it can be the same or it can be even more expensive than hiring an agency. The way it can be more expensive, it really depends on which regions of the world you hire from. It depends, whether you want someone in the office or remote. And it also depends on if you're hiring these people full-time, which likely you are. And then, if you're putting them on payroll, then you have to pay, additional expenses to do that. And also when it comes to building out a team, let's just say you have an email strategist, you have an email copywriter, you have an email designer, you have a QA, all these people add up, right? And that leads to expense. Now, one tip is that we combine the email strategist and the copywriter into one role. You can find those people. It's harder, but you can find those people. And it just streamlines the process a lot further. And it also creates a leaner team structure. So if you are going to hire in-house, that's something to consider. But as I said, it can be more expensive than hiring an agency. I'd say it doesn't make sense to have this in-house, I guess, until you do multiple 8 figures, even 9 figures a year. But even then, there's tons of brands that are doing those numbers that have an agency that just crushes it. I know for us, we work with a handful of clients doing 8 figures a year, and we're crushing it for them on email. They're very happy. And that's because we found a dynamic that works very well. And yeah, they get leverage on us, right? We're cheaper than hiring an in-house team at that scale. And we can execute just as well, if not better, using the expertise and experience we have from getting learnings from a bunch of other client accounts and being able to apply them into that business. The third point is that with hiring an in-house team, you have to manage that team, right? Now, this is often overlooked, right? Just because you hire these people and they have good systems, like that's another part. You have to build the systems as well and build the processes that these people will use. If you have really good people, they'll build them for you. However, there needs to be some sort of starting point. And then even once that's all in place, you need to manage the team to make sure that they're doing what they should be doing. And likely you don't have enough time for that. So you're going to have to hire a head of lifecycle marketing or someone in that role. Maybe it's just a head of marketing, whatever, but that is an expensive hire. And again, that's going to increase cost. It's going to increase risk as well on your side as a business owner with hiring those senior positions. So those are the pros and cons for hiring in-house. Now let's go to the third and final area, which is hiring an agency. So the first thing here, of course, you have less control. It's an agency, they're not your team. You have less control than if they were your in-house team, right? And as I said before, this doesn't mean that the agency can deliver excellent work, right? And can't have an excellent working relationship, because yes, there's a lot of agencies out there that don't deliver on that. And that is the unfortunate reality, is that a lot of e-commerce brands, they get burnt by these agencies. And finding the right agency is harder than it's ever been, right? But I'm here to say that you can find an agency partner where it is very cost effective, outstanding work that exceeds your expectations, and are great at communication and are great at being proactive. All those things. And that's what we strive to do at my agency. But you will have less control compared to an in-house team. Next thing is, it is more cost effective as you scale, right? Because let's just say you're hiring your own in-house team, you have to hire 3, 4, 5 different team members. If you hire an agency, that team is already built. And I mean, just telling you transparently, running an agency, the reason why we can charge maybe less than hiring a full in-house team is because we have the same team members working across different clients. Now, we limit the amount of clients that our team members work on just so that they have focus and attention. That's something that separates us as an agency from other agencies out there where their team is spread too thin. There's something that you have to look out for as well. If you're looking at hiring an agency, ask the founder, whoever you're talking to, how many accounts does one email strategist, copywriter manage? Okay. And for us, it's maximum 3. So I would say if it's any more than 3, I would start to beware a little bit of like how much time and attention you're going to get from that person and that agency. But nonetheless, having an agency, generally speaking, most of the time is more cost effective as you scale. The next thing is that the team is already developed and trained and managed for you. So as I was saying before, with an in-house team where you have to have systems, processes, the team members themselves, but also those team members need to be managed and led. With an agency, that is already done for you, right? You just have to hire the agency and off you go. Right? Everything is done. The team is managed for you. The systems are already there, and everything is proven as well, because this is, as long as they're a successful agency, right? And they have other clients that are doing well, which they should, then these things are already going to be proven and working, right? So there's not going to be any time lost in, hiring the right people, developing and trial and error on the right systems, all that stuff. You're already plugging into that. So that's what you're paying for as well. Next thing is you leverage and access proven systems, which we also spoke about. You get access to those. And this gives you the most leverage on your money and time, right? Because as long as the agency is very good, it feels like an extension of the in-house team. And it's like the agency is doing its thing. It's updating you. It's being proactive. You're happy with everything. Your expectations are exceeded. Performance is great. Cool. Like all you have to do is just check in with them, right? Or maybe you have someone on your team manage the agency and just check in and make sure that they're doing what they should be doing and that everything is going to plan, right? And that's it. Gives you the most leverage. So those are the 3 options, and hopefully this gives you an understanding of the pros and cons, what to consider at different stages of your business, depending on your size, as to what you should go with. And by the way, you can always start by doing it yourself to learn some of the ropes, but then eventually hand it off to someone in-house or an agency external partner. And because then when you talk to the agency and actually have to, go through the updates and listen to them on the calls and stuff, if that person is you, then you're going to want to understand the lingo and you're going to want to know the ins and outs of the platform to at least a certain extent so that you understand the context that's being provided to you. Okay, so that's it for this video. If you are looking for an agency to help you increase your lifetime value, to help you increase your returning customer rate, to convert more non-customers into customers through retention marketing, through done-for-you email and SMS, and really just helping with the overall retention marketing strategy, this is exactly what myself and my team do at my agency, Hayes. As I mentioned, there's a link just below this video in the description. You can go to my website, you can book a call, it's 20 minutes. Worst case, you walk away with some insights as to what I would do in your position as a business owner. And we're a small agency, as I mentioned, we focus on working with less clients. And the reason why we do that is because we focus on delivering quality work over just bringing on any client that comes our way. Okay, so we will evaluate you, we will do a due diligence to make sure that you're a business that we can actually help. And hopefully that gives you some solace that we are very picky, but once we bring on a client that we're very confident in, we deliver. So if that sounds something like you're interested in, I hope to speak with you soon. But that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one.